Melania finds disturbing gift Michelle left in White House and demands priests come to remove it. By that conservative girl politics religion for MadWorldNews.com. Michelle Obama was an embarrassment as First Lady. She had zero class, and this was evidenced by the disturbing gift she left behind in the White House for her successor. When Melania Trump discovered that Michelle had left her, Michelle had left her, she immediately called a priest to have it removed. The Trumps are deeply religious people, especially First Lady Melania, while President Donald Trump is a Presbyterian. His wife is a devoted Catholic. When she married the business mogul in 2005, she even walked down the aisle carrying a rosary as a vocalist performed the Ave Maria. Okay. Having a home blessed by a priest is a common practice among Catholics, especially if there is any concern that something unholy may be in or have occurred in the home or on the property in the past. So, before moving into the White House, that is exactly what Melania insisted on doing. Wow. During the February 2nd edition of Weekend Vigilante, hosted by Sheila Zielinski, Pastor Paul Beagley revealed that First Lady Melania Trump went to great lengths to ensure that the White House was pure before she and her son moved in last year. This was expressly important after years of the Clintons and Obamas living in the residence. I don't even know if an exorcist would work with those characters in there. Melania Trump reportedly said, "I'm not going to go into that White House unless it has been completely exorcised." According to Pastor Bigley, they cleansed the house, the White House. They had people in there anointing it with oil and praying everywhere, he said. When the crew was finished, only one thing remained, a cross hanging on a wall. While commenting on President Donald Trump's very public support for Christianity, as well as the frequent Bible studies and prayer gatherings held at the White House, evangelical pastor Paul Beagley said First Lady Melania Trump demanded that the White House be spiritually cleansed and that pagan demonic items and artifacts from the Obama and Clinton years be removed. Source CNS News. Okay. I have to say, when the president allowed 40 pastors to come into the White House and anoint him with oil and lay their hands and pray on him, 7 times he'd done this, that is unheard of, said Beagley. We haven't ever, the guy's got flaws. We all do. That's true. But at least he is humble enough in recognizing that he needs God enough that he keeps bringing them in for the prayer. He continued. I go along with that. And I've got to say this. It might have started with the First Lady, the pastor added. I'm just being honest with you. The First Lady, in that 5 hours when the Obamas and the Trumps went down to the Capitol and Trump was being sworn in as the 45th President of the United States, Melania Trump said to her husband, she said, "I'm not going to go into that White House unless it has been completely exorcised," Beagley recalled. I can't believe they're saying it too. Because apparently during the 8 years when former President Barack Obama was there, and maybe even some of the presidents before him, there were all kinds of idol gods and images of all kinds of artifacts in there that were demonic. I go along with that too. Even some of the stuff from the Clinton era, because they were really tied in with the Haitians, said Beagley. I can tell you, you can read the Serpent in the Rainbow story and find out just how much Haitian witch doctor influence was on Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton's lives, he went on. They constantly went back there. They spent their honeymoon with a witch doctor. Who does that? He rightfully questioned. But didn't Hillary said she talks to dead people or something? Hillary's a witch. Hillary and Bill's honeymoon in Haiti is well documented. Wow, yeah. They toured the old hotel where the writer Ernest Hemingway once stayed and visited a voodoo high priest dressed in all white. They decorated their homes with Haitian art. Sure, the Haitians made them billionaires. They flew back again and again. Hillary Clinton once said that theirs was a Haiti obsessed family. Source the Washington Post. Sure, for all what they were doing with the child trafficking from Haiti. You can just imagine what was going on over there. Yeah, but that was her excuse that she visited the witch doctor. She was a witch herself. According to Beagley, Melania said you've got to get all of that out of there and send in some preachers and priests. Okay, she wanted priests or anyone to go in and cleanse the White House, or I will not spend one night in it, she said to the pastor. And President Donald Trump obliged. There were people there in there packing up every idol. The only thing that was left, Sheila, was one cross on the wall. They cleansed the White House. They had people in there anointing it with oil and praying everywhere, said Beagley. This was a major spiritual. It might sound like overdoing it, a little excessive, he went on, but you've got to take the seat of authority when you go into spiritual warfare. Yeah, I get it. You start with the spiritual authority and then it goes on from there out. I think that that might have been where this whole thing began, in a mighty way of exorcising the demons. The mainstream media and those on the left like to paint Melania Trump as eccentric and flashy because she has impeccable taste and is always dressed to the nines, but really she's just like any other Christian woman from middle America when it comes down to what's important. When Melania learned that she would have to leave her home in New York City and move to the White House, the first thing on her mind was whether or not the residence was a spiritually safe place for her, her husband, and their young son Barron. The sanctity of that residence was of utmost importance. We always knew that Melania was religious, but Pastor Beagley's story sheds a whole new light on her spiritual devotion. This is definitely a woman we can be proud to call our First Lady. Her commitment to her husband, her role as a mother, her love of country, and her faith provide a role model for all to follow. Well, I agree with that. I never thought about it, but, if you think about going into the White House where the Clintons lived and the Obamas, I mean, yeah, you need more than one exorcist, that's for sure. Yeah, they are Satanists anyway. We know that. So, it is something to think about. I go along with her 100%. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And again, thank you so much for watching.